Radio. Hey, what's going on, all of you beautiful... Why is that playing still? That's the second week in a row I make that mistake. What's going on, all you beautiful people, and welcome to the Class vs. Crass Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Jason Lapine, and joining me, as always, most of the time anyways, RGT85.
Greetings.
Feeling good tonight?
Sure.
We'll go with sure. You're not as lit up as you are after a nice nap.
Yeah. It's yeah, sorry, I was listening to something. Yeah, definitely didn't get to nap today. I'm on like 3 hours of sleep, so I got a bottle of Z-Quil that I'll be drinking after the show and sleeping for like a day.
All right, well, good luck with that. For those of you joining us for the very first time, where have you been? This is a 1 hour podcast dedicated to all the latest gaming news, starting off with a quick segment on what we've been playing. Then we get into some news headlines. Tonight, we have a special episode dedicated to today's surprise Nindie Direct that dropped, a 20-minute Nintendo Direct that dropped on the Nintendo of UK channel. And we're going to do the Class vs. Crass formula on it. We're going to do the love it, like it, hate it, or meh. That's how we feel about each announcement in the Direct. And of course, you're welcome to join us as we do that. We're also going to talk about some of the big news in gaming. What was big? I guess Blizzard coming to the Switch was a pretty big thing. Pretty much everything coming to Switch these days is news because just every company's coming over. And do we have anything else to talk about, Sean?
Grandia 1 and 2.
Grandia 1 and 2. Didn't you have something else that you want to talk about? Or was that it? Nintendo Direct?
Murphy's Law?
Murphy's Law is part of the Nintendo Direct. All right, well, we're going to get into it. And then we save the last part for the lightning round. That's where we take your topics, your questions, and we hash it out here on this podcast. One thing that's changed, if you are used to the show, you'll notice that I've added a little thing here. I did not mention that properly. Now we've got the chat going over it, so I'm gonna have to fix that for next time. But the Class vs. Crass comic, for those of you who weren't aware, Sean and I actually do star in a comic called the Class vs. Crass comic. Now has an Instagram account where you can catch all of the Class vs. Crass comics. So they've always been kind of spread apart across Nintendo enthusiasts, some of the Hey J socials, the Nintendo enthusiast website, the socials. There's never been one place where they were all at, so we're re-releasing them on that Instagram account, including some new ones. So if you do have an Instagram account, do check that out. Class vs. Crass. There's a new one probably coming out later today or tomorrow, and it's all drawn by the Kimmerson Show. So shout out to Kimmerson for putting all that together and for being just an amazing person and an amazing artist. All right, you ready to get into this?
Yes.
Segment number 1. You got some snacks tonight? Wait, what's on the snack? What's on the docket?
I ate a bag of beef jerky before the stream. I needed groceries today, but I decided to just do my grocery shopping at CvS. They actually had a decent deal on Hot Pockets, and they have the breakfast Hot Pockets that are the bacon, egg, and cheese ones that I really love.
I've never tried those.
Oh, they're so good. There was like 3 for $10, so I was like, yeah, it's not bad. And got a loaf of bread. I basically got enough food to last me till like the middle of the week, so I don't have to go do that. But I got some cookies. I don't know. I'm not really hungry right this second, but I'll probably make those Hot Pockets after the stream and watch wrestling and drink Z-Quil and eat Hot Pockets till I sleep.
Oh, yeah. I've never tried the breakfast one. But speaking of the breakfast, I had a terrible moment this morning. Did you ever get the big breakfast like McDonald's?
Is that the one that comes with like pancakes and shit?
Well, it used to. It used to be a big breakfast, not so much anymore. Now they should call it the sausage egg McMuffin just fallen on the ground. That's all it should be called, because it's literally a decapitated or a dismembered sausage egg McMuffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you had that? Like, I remember when I was a kid, you get the big breakfast. It was this plate, and like you couldn't even see the plate because there was food everywhere over the plate. And
yeah, it used to come with like you get like 3 pancakes, choice of sausage links or bacon, another side, and then like a biscuit.
Yeah. So now it's literally the 2 pieces of an egg McMuffin, the egg like the scrambled egg that would go in an
That
egg.
was, yeah, you get the eggs on the side. That was the side item.
Yeah, now it's not even a scrambled egg. It's literally the patty you would find in the Egg McMuffin. And then you have the sausage, one sausage. I think it used to be like 2 sausages. No pancakes. And it's the saddest thing. And I even remember that you would have jam and peanut butter, but they actually ask you, do you want the peanut butter or the jam? Because they're getting so cheap, you only get one now. No PBJ sandwich for you.
I've never had one.
You've never had what?
Never had one.
Like PBJ sandwich?
Yeah.
What?
I never really liked jelly. Like I didn't like the texture of it, so I've never had a PBJ. I would always just eat peanut butter.
Oh, that's wild, man. Like you don't taste the jelly consistency in a PBJ sandwich.
It doesn't matter. I'm not interested in it.
Somebody ship this man a PBJ sandwich.
I'm not going to try something that I might not like. Like, what's the point?
You might love it,
but I might not. And then I wasted time and effort. And
but if you love it, you can now live on $1 budget a week.
My tuna fish sandwiches, or my tuna fish packets, are commonly on sale for 88 cents, and one packet is one sandwich.
Okay, that's fair. Tuna's pretty cheap.
It's fucking delicious. See, I've been eating that's something I've been eating a lot of. I've been buying like the frozen fish patties, which are just like pretty much like a big ass fish stick.
Yeah.
And throwing them on putting like 2 or 3 on the Foreman grill and just letting them brown. Oh, dude, so fucking good. Hope I get mercury poisoning.
Sure. Yeah. I wish you all the luck with getting that.
Make a good video.
I forget what I was gonna say, but oh yeah, with tuna, what do you put in your tuna sandwich? Like, are you the type of person that mixes it up with like, I don't know, a sauce, a mayo, ketchup? Some people put celery to get some crunch with the tuna.
Sometimes I'll put a squirt of mayonnaise in the packet and then stir the packet up. Sometimes I'll just eat it plain. I mean, sometimes I'll grab, like 2 nights ago, I'm a very ghetto eater. Like, you know, like the cans of soup that are like pre-done and you just heat them up. You don't have to add water to them. Right. Like I literally just open the can and stick a spoon in there and eat it. So sometimes like I'll just open the tuna packet and just stick a fork in there and just eat it as a snack. Like I live like a nearly homeless person, probably because I do YouTube full time. But yeah, at most it's just mayonnaise and might toast the bread. Tuna on toast is really fucking good. I like a pickle with it. Right. Like if you have a pickle on the side, like mwah.
Speaking of pickles, that's my snack for tonight. The Canadian pickle.
What's the Canadian about it?
I don't know, because I bought it in Canada.
I
actually don't even know. It might be made in the USA.
Is it what's the brand?
Is
it Clausen?
No, it's not Clausen. It's a green jar.
Vlasic?
I don't know. I could get the jar, but I'm not gonna get the jar.
Is it like a dill? Is it a sour or?
Oh, this is a dill, like dill flavor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I like Vlasic the best. I mean, not Vlasic. I like Clausen the best because it's like, I don't know. It tastes like if it was a fish, it would be like a freshwater pickle. Like, I don't know. It just tastes very different than like, you know, dill that has a bit of a sour taste to it. But honestly, I eat all pickles.
All right. I think that's it. MDK. I think it's a Bic pickle. A Bic? Bic. BIC?
Like the pen people?
No, that's not right. You're right. That's the pen people. Anyways, it's a pickle.
I mean, there's Clausen, there's Vlasic, there's store brand.
I mean, there's probably another brand in Canada. We'll figure it out sometime.
Mount Olive?
Sorry?
Mount Olive?
No, it's not Mount Olive. It's I forget what it's called. But anyways, enough about pickles. I'm having pickle beer. Taking some items from the Crafts menu tonight. What are you guys all snacking on? And while those answers are coming in, yeah, Bix. I think it's Bix.
What the fuck is Bix?
Bix pickle. BICK. I'm pretty sure it's Bic. Anyways, enough about pickles. Let's talk about video games. What have you been playing?
I've never even seen a Bix pickle before.
Well, next time I'll bring you a Bix pickle from Canada. They're pretty tasty.
What have I been playing? Shenmue 1 and 2, which evidently the embargo lifted today, and my review's not done, so we'll do it when it's done. Yeah, it's a Canadian only thing.
Mm-hmm.
Great game. it's Shenmue. Couple little issues that I have with it, but whatever. State of Mind, which was a really pretty game, but it's also kind of boring if you don't like walking simulators or point and click style games that aren't really point and click. It's like a point and click game where you walk around in it, and like you just walk up to the object and interact with it.
Oh, okay, sounds bad.
It's not bad because the setting is really good and the story is really good. I did a video on it. But if you don't like those style of games, it's not that great. Morphe's Law, which I think you want to talk about in a different segment, unless you want me to go ahead and talk about it now.
You can talk about it now.
Very disappointed in that game, honestly. When it was first unveiled, I loved it. I loved everything about it, the over-the-top style and shit like that. But it was first unveiled, when the Switch was first announced? And then it's like, since time has gone on, you've gotten games like Splatoon 2. You've gotten games like Doom. You've gotten free-to-play games like Fortnite and Paladins. And now Morphe's Law comes out, and it's like, it feels, it's strange to say, but it feels rushed. Like the mechanics of the game are just very, it's not smooth. It doesn't feel very smooth. The shooting mechanics, the movement mechanics, everything just feels very janky. Like they just rushed it to say, hey, we've got this game out now. And that really disappointed me. Like, obviously, I think if this game had released when it intended to, March, April, May of 2017, when there wasn't games like this on the Switch, it would have done fine. But as of right now, it's like, you gotta step your game up a little bit, buddy. And the game just doesn't hit the mark for me. Some people are having fun with it, and all the power to them. But just for me, as someone who bought the game for $20, I definitely didn't feel like it was worth my $20.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. The concept behind it's really unique,
There's two main modes. One is just like a standard TDM, and then one you have to stand on these areas and shoot the giant creature to suck away life, and then move to another thing. And put the power that you got onto the altar or whatever. Yeah. You shoot someone's legs and your legs get bigger. You shoot someone's head and your head gets bigger. You become a bigger target. And the environments are cool. There's decent customization, but it's just the gameplay and it looks great. It looks great still. Once you start moving and you get that jankiness, then it starts to, go down a bit. But check out my video on it. I pretty much showcase, the customization stuff. I showcase, what all you could do. I do a round of basically just what the TDM is within the game, so you can see. A lot of good concepts. Definitely needs work though.
Right, that's really unfortunate. Had a lot of potential. Is that it, or before we get into my segment of what I've been playing?
Oh man, I've probably played a bunch more stuff. I don't. Dicking around on the Panasonic Q, dicking around on Fortnite and Paladins. I got a game that I haven't even downloaded yet. Now that I think about it, did I talk about? Yeah, I talked about Shenmue. Random LJN games for NES on a video that I did on the channel. That's pretty much it, I believe.
This would be a very short podcast if you said, I made a video about it to everything.
I mean, I usually do make a video about everything, but
I know you do.
Different audiences on here, maybe.
Yeah, no, appreciate it. All right, before I get into what I've been playing, if you want to support the show, just a quick moment, do share the podcast, hit the like button below, share it on social media. Let's see if we can hit 50 viewers tonight. That would be a pretty cool achievement if we could do so before we get into the love it, like it, hate it, or meh segment. But for myself, it's been a pretty light week in gaming. I was away all weekend, actually. I dabbled back in Hearthstone. There's a new expansion that came out. So just logging in gives you free cards. So I went and checked that out. Not hooking me back. I go through phases. I'm still rotating the 3 games right now, which are Dead Cells, Hyrule Warriors, and Octopath Traveler. I don't think I made any progress since last week. Octopath, I have 3 characters left to finish their second chapter, so that's still going. feel like I was playing something else on my PC, but maybe not. Yeah, like I said, very light week in gaming for me. Just been very crazy here. So, you ready to get into the love it, like it, hate it, or meh?
Yes.
All right. Or actually, let's talk about Blizzard before we get into that. Just think of Hearthstone. So last week, I don't know if you were gone on vacation or something, Blizzard announced Diablo 3 coming to the Switch. And today we found out that not only will there be a Ganondorf costume available, but now you can also get some Link gear, which looks pretty damn epic, honestly. Do you see it?
Yes.
Yes. Have you played Diablo 3?
No. No.
No.
Everyone says it's a game that I would like.
Really?
Yeah.
So what do you think of this announcement? Excited? Love it, like it, hate it, or meh?
I like it. Definitely the Ganondorf shit was like, okay, this is probably a game I'm going to want to check out. And then they put it in Link, and I was like, okay. I mean, it's one of those games where it's like everyone tells me that I would like it a lot.
Right.
So it hasn't gotten to the point of where I'm annoyed with people telling me that. Nice that it has all the DLC and all the expansion packs and shit like that. Switch specific features, the 4 players on one system or 4 systems in one room. That's pretty good. I see Eric isn't happy with the $60. I mean, it is what it is to me. It's a game that to me, Diablo 3 is like Skyrim. You know what I'm saying? It's not a game that you're just going to play for 5 hours and then never touch it again. Like, it's a game that that just lasts forever. Game Explained says the Link armor is not happening. Engadget was wrong.
What? That's a pretty big thing to be wrong.
Then
I mean, there's in-game footage of it.
Was there? There was just a picture, I thought.
There's a picture, but if you watch the video from Engadget, there's actually game footage of a character dressed in Link armor.
Oh.
So,
well,
I don't know what Game Explain is talking about.
Yeah, I mean, if there's footage of it in the game.
Right. Maybe it's not coming out launch, but to Eric's point, though, saying $60, like, what is this? $60 actually makes a lot of sense and has a lot of appeal for a target audience like myself. I've never played. I dabbled like in Diablo 1 when I was like 12, but because it was too like evil in a Christian household, it was wiped from the computer. So I didn't play much Diablo. And I don't know, I never saw the appeal of it, but of course now they're putting in the whole like little Zelda carrot in the game. And like this is what got me into the Dynasty Warrior type of game with Hyrule Warriors. So I very much believe that this can draw me back into Diablo 3. And not only are you buying the base game, you're also getting the expansions. You're buying the portability aspect. I totally expected this to be a full price game, and I think they can get away with it. So, why not? There's a lot of people in the Nintendo ecosystem that I'm sure haven't touched any Blizzard games simply because they haven't touched they haven't touched consoles this generation. Is that fair to say, other than Overwatch?
I think it's fair. I mean, really, a game like Diablo 3, I feel will resonate with PC players, because they'll be like, oh, well, I can play this shit anywhere I go. Whereas the PS4 version, obviously they're going to want the mouse support over, over a controller, and, their rig can probably run the game better, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas the Switch actually offers something different, with that.
Yeah, Santiago has a good point. He says, now I just wish they would bring Diablo 2 and Hell 1 as well. And if they can manage that, who knows where that source code is or in what state the game's raw code is in. But if they can somehow dig that up and publish it, like, I know that there's still a very alive community around Diablo 2 all these years later. So it would be really interesting to see how that goes.
I'm going to take this question now.
Yeah, go for it.
Dark Souls or Diablo 3, asks Ran S. That's tough because I'm not really super familiar with both franchises. They're not things that I play normally. But I mean, I'm sure Diablo 3 will last you a lot longer. And they're kind of different styles of games You know, Diablo 3 is more of a multiplayer experience, where Dark Souls, I feel, is more based on the single player that does have a multiplayer aspect, and you're going to die a lot in Dark Souls, so if you're easily frustrated.
Is Diablo 3 not so much geared to single player? Like it's really more multiplayer focus?
Well, on on PC and I think PS4 and Xbox One, you have to be online in order to play the game.
Yeah, because in the video they actually mentioned that for the Switch version specifically, it's the only version that's not going to have. I think they refer to it as DRM. If I'm
Yep.
DRM. So always being online, the Switch will not have that requirement.
Yep. So that was actually a big deal. Diablo, you can play it single player, but it's definitely a game that's, I believe, intended to be played with others.
See that just kind of I just lowered it. I don't know. Takes away a little bit from it. Like if you can't, I'm not a big fan of multiplayer games. I just prefer single player. So next thing is there seemed to be a tease of Hearthstone probably coming, and let's be honest, if they can get Diablo on the Switch, I don't see why they couldn't get Hearthstone working on the Switch.
That's coming.
Absolutely. Like this is such an obvious sign. So I'm really excited for that. I'd totally get Hearthstone on the Switch in a heartbeat. Nope. Well, it's free to play. It's free to play actually, so I expect it to be a no-brainer for sure. Like this is Blizzard's Fortnite essentially, in a way.
Isn't it a card game?
It's a card game, but it's a really cool and fun card game. There's actually like single player missions in it. There's an arena mode. Then there's of course just fighting someone else. But it's very creative for a card game. And it's very easy to shell out money for, because you're like, especially if you play cards in the real world, you're used to paying like $5-6 for a pack of cards. Well, in Hearthstone, you can get in-game currency, 100 gold coins to get a pack, or it's like I think $3 gets you a pack. So you can either grind it if you want, or like every now and then you're like, you know what, I'll toss $10 this month for like 3 packs of cards, which is really good value if depending on how you look at it. I consider it good value for the fun it provides. And then you can actually, like, you wouldn't know this, but any doubles that you get in the cards, you can convert into this dust, and then you can actually use the dust to create any card you want. So you can actually like strategize which card you get by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. We're up to 40 live viewers, on our way to 50, 10 more. So keep on sharing, people. But let's talk about other announcements. So it looks like Grandia 1 and 2 was just announced for Switch. Is that correct? You saw that coming, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. No masturbating on live, please, all right? We got some ground rules.
Sorry.
They're not that high of a standard, but please.
It was a Dark Side Phil moment for me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, they announced that that's coming to Steam and Switch. I don't know if it's coming to other platforms. I don't really give a shit, because the Switch is my preferred for RPGs, because I like playing RPGs when I'm half asleep in bed. But yes, Grandia 1 and 2 HD remaster. Fucking awesome, man. Grandia, let me tell you the Grandia 2 story. So I bought Grandia 2 on the Dreamcast when I was like 23, 24, something like that. And I remember I was living in my first apartment. My mom came up or down. I don't know where the fuck she was living. She came to visit, and she was staying with me. And so it was like, I started playing it at like 6 o'clock at night, and just started playing it. And like around 10, she was like, all right, I'm going to go to bed. I'm like, all right, good night. And so I'm just sitting there playing it, la-di-da, la-di-da. And then she comes out of the room, and I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, what? I was like, well, why are you up? She was like,
oh, shit.
What do you mean? And I was like, why are you awake already? She's like, it's morning. And I'm like, what? And I look out the window, and the sun is just shining and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I had been playing it for like 15 hours straight. And so I ended up playing that game for like, I think it was either 24 or 26 hours straight, and beat it from start to finish. And the funny thing was, like, my brain was so fried, I don't remember shit about that game, but I remember for some reason I just loved it. And so I kept playing it.
I'm really surprised. Like, this looks exactly, so I haven't played this game or either of these games. I'm really surprised, because this looks right up my alley, especially at the time it came out. So look, Grandia came out on PS1 and Grandia 2 on the PS2. Is that correct?
Yes, and then Grandia 2 had a weird, shitty version on the PS2, if I remember correctly.
And the Dreamcast Grandia 2 looks like it came out on the Dreamcast as well.
That's what you said. Grandia 2 came out on the
I
Dreamcast.
said PS2.
Oh, okay. The PS2 version was there was something shitty about it. I don't even remember what it was, but I remember the best version is the Dreamcast version. Okay.
So yeah, this came out right at the time where I was playing heavily all sorts of RPGs. I had just gotten my PS2. It was the first console I could actually keep in my own room, and I was just putting tons and tons of hours into RPGs, going back through the backwards compatibility, playing all the PS1 RPGs. They ported a lot of like Super Nintendo RPGs to the PlayStation 1, which I was then playing on the PS2. So really surprised I didn't get into Grandia 1 and 2. And now with like just coming off of the Octopath Traveler high, this is going to be a great time to jump into this game that I missed. Because this looks really fun. Like,
they announced the release date?
I don't know, actually.
Let's see here.
Didn't you make a video about it?
No.
Oh.
I should have. Grandia 2 will be a demo at
Gamescom?
At PAX West.
Oh, cool.
Dante's Switch World put up.
Oh, apparently it was on the Saturn as well.
Yes, the first Grandia was, yes, okay. But I think that was Japan only.
Maybe.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. So no release date yet. Just a demo of Grandia 2 HD remaster will be playable at PAX West 2018. That's all I got.
Yes, Grandia only released on the Saturn in Japan.
Yeah. So that's really cool.
My useless video game knowledge always shines in moments like this.
Yeah, no, it's a nice little talent you got. And then we've also got another announcement today that the game Hat in Time, which will never ever come to the Switch, is coming to the Switch.
Those dudes are fucking dirty, man.
They need a better PR. They need a PR person.
They need a PR person. Period. Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ. No, there's no Switch version, and there never will be.
There's a tweet of this from like February of this year or something.
Literally from a Hat in Time's Twitter account saying that there will never be a Switch version, and now there's a Switch version.
Right.
I think they got mad because some asshole on YouTube said that it was coming to the Wii U, and then like they ended up getting bombarded. Who was that son of a bitch?
I don't know. That dick should really like get off of YouTube if he can't get his facts straight. Low blow, man. Low blow. So yeah, it's a great day to have a Switch. It's like everything's coming at us, including all of these games that we're going to talk about. So as we said earlier in the show, there's an Nindie Direct today. If you haven't checked it out, it's about 20 minutes. You can find it on the Nintendo UK channel. But I've got the video here because a lot of these games, I'm sure you haven't heard about them. So just talking about it is kind of hard without a reference point. So we're going to be switching between Sean and I and the video as we talk about it. We're going to do a love it, like it, hate it, or meh segment about this. You ready?
I'm ready.
Is the chat ready? Because I want to hear from you guys too. I want to hear if you guys love this, like it, hate it, or if it's a meh. Sometimes you get a meh. Like if this formula can, I want to see how far this formula ever gets. Like I would love if, I don't know, this quote, like if someone got married and the priest or whoever was like, do you take like this partner to be or whatever, husband or wife, love it, like it, hate it, or meh? I could die happy. All right. Okay, let me get the video up. Okay, what do we got here? Starting off, by the way, they had a really cool intro. Like they had an intro song and stuff. I was kind of jealous. I would have loved this during Indie Corner back in the day. So the first game was called Night Call. It looks like it's a mystery detective. Actually, I think we can play this without music. Shouldn't get a copyright. It's all Nindie stuff. It looks like it's a mystery game. You play as a driver, from what I understand, and you solve. Yeah, you solve mysteries. That's all I can tell you about this. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh.
I don't know. It's kind of hard. Like, what the fuck is the game?
Absolutely.
You know? Like, I don't really know.
It gets a big hard meh from me.
Yeah, you kind of gotta show me a little bit more.
Okay. You're actually watching the screen. All right, let me get. I mean, there's really not much to show you, man.
No, I'm saying the developer needs to show.
Oh,
me
okay,
more.
okay.
Like, I don't even know what style of game this is.
Yeah, it looks like you're the driver. Like you see different passengers and you ask them questions, and then you build evidence. I don't know this game. It looks nice, but I'm not into this detective business.
Next,
Next we had a whole like 180, Monster Boy, and the
love
Cursed
it.
Kingdom. Didn't this
Love
game
it.
already come out?
No, that is Wonder Boy and the Dragon's
Ah,
Trap.
that's what it is. Same developer, or are they related in any way or no?
I think so. Those series have always confused me.
Okay.
I believe there is interaction.
Okay. Now this is a remake, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you recall what platform this game originally was on?
Is it a remake?
RPG says spiritual successor.
Okay, there. Yeah, I'll buy that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a spiritual successor to Wonder Boy.
Ah, okay. So
Okay.
Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom comes out November 6th. I love this as well. The artwork's beautiful. The gameplay looks really good. I'm all about the 2D platformer. And it looks like you have to use different mechanics to get around, which I'm all about. And they even have some really cool like animated scenes in between. Like just looks like an overall very polished game.
Yes.
All right, so we gotta love it. Next, a lot of love it from the chat as well. Looks like we got a lot. Ron S saying, "WTF is this game to Nightcall?" I agree with you. It was on the Master System. RPG says
Well, the Wonder Boy games were.
the Wonder Boy. Yes, yes. Sorry, I'm mixing my games here. All right, next up, Gardens Between by the Voxel Agents. This is okay. You got like a 3D island. You got all these different islands that look pretty cool, and you got like solve puzzles or something.
Looks like Captain Toad.
It does. Yeah, good point.
So I don't. I'll say meh,
Right.
but I like the art style. It looks like it has potential. I would just like to see more from it.
Agree.
Between meh and like it.
I'm in the same boat. Meh, because it looks like it's another puzzle game, but it looks beautiful. And I love these islands. I love the design. But if it's more puzzle games, we all know I don't like puzzle games anymore. And this comes out September 20th. So if you're into puzzle games, check it out. So that's a meh. Next up, we have Streets of Rogue, which is like a top-down. I kind of consider like a twin-stick shooter because it looks like you can shoot in any direction you want. This is coming out this winter. It says fight, sneak, hack. I don't really know. This is a meh for me.
Same. I'm kind of over roguelike games and stuff like that. I think it'll have a decent audience. I think people will like it. But yeah, it's not something that's super interesting to me personally.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of this recently, and I'm a little like, I'm good.
Right.
I don't even. Chat is pretty much saying a lot of mess. Santiago saying got to see more. One Up John saying this one looks interesting, but not sure. I'm actually not sure if he's talking about this game or the one previous. But a lot of meh. Everyone's feeling kind of meh. Emmy Max saying did not watch the whole thing. Well, no problem, Emmy. We're gonna watch it all together here. Well, we're not going through all of it. We're doing the quick route. Next up, we got Bad North, which let's get some footage up here. Did I miss it? Okay, so you got an island, you got a little kingdom, some homes, and it's like a tower defense game where you need to defend it from invaders. And actually, this game just came out today, so it's available now. So you got all these invaders, you place your troops. There's different ways of attacking. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh.
Meh.
Big meh from Sean. I'm between a meh and a like on this one because I don't know. It's all depend. Like if it was free, I would play this. I would try it, but I don't see myself paying money for it. A lot of mess from the chat. Solid mess, says T.Y. Simpkins. Arfin, fatigue by playing indie games on the Switch. I can see that. Maybe you're not playing the right indie games. A game is a game after all. whether it's AAA or indie. Okay, next up we have Moonlighter by 11-Bit Studio. This is a top-down adventure game. It's coming out this fall. Reminds me a lot of Hyper Light Drifter. I don't know if they're related in any way, but the art style definitely reminds me of that.
I've heard very good things about this game. I'll say like it. Like it's like a. I heard it's like a Link to the Past sort of gameplay style, but it's like
I could see that.
There's some random elements. So Dreamcast guy has been following the game for a while. I think he knows the.
Well, that's cool. He's coming to EGLX, eh? Dreamcast guy. I'm gonna get to meet him.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that wasn't announced yet. Oh well, now you guys know.
But yeah, I hear it's a good game, so I'll say like.
I agree with you. The art style is like I would play it just to look at it, like to explore the graphics. It does have a Link to the Past vibe for sure, and this is like it for me. I would definitely, depending on the price point, I'd shell out some money to try this game. Okay, so that comes out. What did I say? Moonlighter this fall. Next, from the same studio, we've got This War of Mine, which is like a 2D stealth survival tactics kind of game coming out this winter. Reminds me a lot of the engine that brought Mark of the Ninja. I don't know if it actually is or not, but love it, like it, hate it, or meh.
I like it. It's dark, it's gritty, kind of reminds me, the gameplay style reminds me of a much slower Shadow Complex, but I think it could work potentially. I like it.
Yeah, this is meh for me. Nothing appeals to me. I'm not much of an apocalyptic kind of guy. Like my settings, I don't know. Not feeling this one.
It's fair.
Arvin's saying, I like the look of this. Yeah. Some meh from Living Regiment. Before we get to the next one. A lot of mehs. Still need to play This War of Mine. Oh, Kat has it on PC. Kat, if you ever play it, do let us know in a future podcast what you think about it. Truth saying this looks good. All right, next game up. Devil is Due saying another meh. A lot of mehs so far. Not too strong of a direct, I think. Next, we have Children of Morta, which is another 2D adventure.
It looks just like fucking the other game.
It does, right? And it's from the same studio. The art style's a little bit different, just a tad. And yeah, it kind of looks like a dungeon crawler. And this is coming out early 2019. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh.
I'm gonna go with a meh.
Same. I like my retro graphics, but this is like the direction I don't like. So.
And a lot of people are using it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it that much, but yeah, again, we're seeing a lot of this, so nothing really stands out to me here. So it's getting a little bit of a meh here. One up John saying, looks like Moonlight Part 2. Absolutely. Meh says the truth. A lot of mehs again coming in. I'm excited here. This next one I can tell you is a love it from me. We've got Everspace. Where's the footage? Here we go. Everspace coming out with all of its DLC. I was not expecting this game to ever hit consoles, much less the Switch. I actually got this game on Steam a year ago. But this is a roguelike space shooter, so it's coming out this December, which is crazy. You go through space as far as you can go. Then when you die, you get to keep your resources to upgrade your ship, and then you go and you try to go further. It's really cool, very realistic. It's probably one of the better space shooters out there. This is a big love it for me.
I'll go with a like it. The roguelike thing sort of sucks, but yeah, it looks fucking great, like visually speaking, and
for sure,
definitely a top tier game, and it looks fun. So yeah, I'll definitely check out this game.
Right, and I know you're saying you're tired of roguelike, but like in the space formula of the style, it works so much because it's we've seen roguelike in 2D games, but you've never really seen it in a space setting. And I find it just works really well because you can have so much diversity in space. I don't know.
That's fair.
Gadget Mike saying the Switch needs a space game that doesn't suck. Devil is Due saying love it. Roberto like it. Yes, Everspace. Absolutely love it, says TY. A lot of love it here. I think we're all on the same page. Arfin saying, is it just me or does it look like the background's not moving? It kind of does, yeah. They use realistic physics, which throws you off from like maybe the old like Star Wars game, which uses more like actual flight on Earth with gravity physics. This uses actual space physics, so it's a little off-putting at first. Next up, we've got we go from Everspace to you're gonna laugh at this one if you haven't seen it.
I'm watching it as we go along.
Okay. This one is Baba Is You.
Hate it.
Which is I don't even know. This is a puzzle. It's coming this a puzzler. It's coming this fall. You play as this little weird thing. You push words around.
Hate it.
Why do you hate it?
Because it's that stupid Undertale fucking bullshit that people are like, this game is so clever and unique and different. Fuck off.
Oh, I missed your screaming face. You know what? I was gonna say meh, but hate it is pretty appropriate. But no, I'm not getting a hate emotion from this. This is a big hard meh from me.
It makes me angry looking at this game.
It looks dopey. Live in Regiment, WTF, hate it. Meh with exclamation marks. A lot of people not liking this one. Even the title, like Bubba Is You. Get out of here. Okay, Bubba's You. Nobody likes you. Slay the Spire is next, which is a card game. Let's get this up on screen. It's like an RPG. Okay, this game. Come on. Okay, here we go. It's an RPG with card elements. Literally like a hater, meh.
No, go away.
Yeah, same here. Very meh. Very, very meh. The art style looks uninspired. Looks like a cheap Flash game from E-Bomb's World. Or
right.
Newgrounds.
Right.
Like, I wonder if the younger generation is, and when I say younger, I mean like anyone maybe 10 years younger than us. If there's, like, how do they perceive 2D Flash games? Like, you know, we associate to Newgrounds.com, but I'm really curious.
Mobile?
Maybe
cell phones.
Maybe mobile. I don't know. It'd be interesting to know what their stigma's like. I'm sure there's some young people in the chat, so let me know what you guys think of that kind of art style. All right, let's keep going. Where are we? Slay the Spire. Nobody likes you. Get out of here. Okay. Oh, this next one was really good. Windjammers, classic frisbee game from the 80s. Let's start with that one.
Love it.
Okay, coming out October 23rd, 2018. We gotta love it. I'm on board with you. I love this too. Just love the artwork, love the style. I love everything about this, and it's a really good game. I played it with Rerez at Too Many Games last year on the arcade. And along with that, they announced Windjammers 2.
Love it.
But we didn't get any kind of gameplay footage. We only got this really cool looking animation where people are playing frisbee way too intensely in a 90s setting. It's very anime. So Windjammers 2 is coming out in 2019. I'm really curious to know what the difference is going to be. If it's just going to be like a modern art style or what. But yeah, I love this too. This is great. This is one of the highlights of the Direct. Chat saying Windjammers looked awesome. Love Flash. Oh, Kat says love Flash games back in the day. Yeah, a lot of love for Windjammer in the chat. Isn't there a Windjammers game already? Says MDK.
Yeah, the original Windjammers.
Is on the Switch though, or no?
No, you're thinking of Disc Jam.
That's the one. Joshua Butt says, got off work late. What did I miss? You missed everything. Okay, next we've got Terraria coming out in 2019. Basically, it's often been referred to as the 2D Minecraft. I've seen this more in stores than anywhere else. Like, I've seen the toys for it more than I've seen anything about the game. Love it like a hater, man.
I don't care. It's been on fucking everything.
Right.
So, meh. I'll never play it.
Yeah, it's a meh for me too. They didn't even really show any gameplay. They're just like, you guys know what this is.
Yeah.
Okay. One Up John says there should be a Windjammers anime. There really should. I see it working. Next, we have Prison Architect, which seems to be a game with quite a legacy because there was some DLC apparently, and all of that's coming in a package to the Nintendo Switch. It's like a Sims game where you build your own prison, got to manage the resources, manage your inmates, put them back into society. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh.
I'm gonna say like it. I honestly kind of low key like games like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This one's got my curiosity as well, and I'm also gonna put like it because I think it looks like it has a lot of depth, and I'm just really curious to see like what it's like to pretty much build a prison from like I used to be actually a huge fan of SimCity back before it was terrible.
I used to play Theme Park a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I fucking love Theme Park.
But how do you feel about Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Nah, fuck off.
No? Gotta play Theme Park.
It's not as cool, man. It's not as cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's actually even a story like component to this. So I'm really curious if the price is right, I'm gonna throw some cash on this and try it out. Oh man, the last one. I forgot that we ended on a bad note. But the last game from the Direct was Morphe's Law, which is out tonight. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh?
Meh. Like, it doesn't... Even watching this gameplay, when you actually play the game, it's nowhere near as smooth. Nowhere near as smooth.
Oh, no?
And I could prove it by you going to my damn channel and watching me play the game.
So this trailer is misleading, is what you're saying?
I would say yes, honestly.
Yeah, that sucks.
Because my experiences with the game are nothing that smooth.
Wow. This is meh for me too. I'm not touching this, especially after your review. No thanks. And that concludes the Nindie Direct that we had today. Overall, love it, like it, hate it, or meh?
I'll say meh.
Big
nothing
meh.
Too special. Nothing I didn't really already know about.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Windjammers 2 would be the biggest surprise for me personally. So, you know, decent. Where was Travis Strikes Back? Like, is that coming this year? I don't know. They're weird about their release dates and stuff.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a few weird things. Hey, we are 3 viewers away from 50. We might actually hit that target. For anyone who joined late, do be sure to hit the like button on the video so that we can rank higher on the YouTube algorithm and get more viewers and get the show out to more people. September, actually, I'll tell you guys at the end of the show. But for me, it's another big meh as well. Everspace, you know, I own the game. I probably won't double dip on that. And the Windjammer stuff, too, was a highlight. But overall, fairly unimpressive. Might be why that they kept it just to the UK region. I don't know. But it was a little underwhelming. You know, there's nothing too hot in there.
Yeah.
All right. What'd you guys think in the chat? Overall, the directs, this, love it, like it, hate it, or meh? Let us know. And we're going to get into the lightning round. This is where we take your topics, your questions, shoot them up here. Let's have a conversation about it and talk about it. Also, while we wait for that, if you joined late, there's actually a link down in the description below. Class vs. Cress, the comic, the webcomic, now has its own Instagram page. You can follow it at Class vs. Cress, and you can see Sean and I and all sorts of antics in the comic world. And sometimes we're not there. Sometimes it's the Joy-Con boys, or sometimes it's just video game related completely, like what a Telltale games of Mario would look like. A Telltale game version with the Mario IP. Have you seen that one, by the way? That comic?
I don't think I have.
Oh, it's really good. I'll tell you guys if you haven't seen it. Basically, you got Mario and Yoshi with a fire pit, and it's just before the jump, and you have like the choice wheel, and it's one of the choices like sacrifice Yoshi, right? And so the second frame is like sacrifice Yoshi, and you see like Mario like do the double jump and abandon Yoshi to make it through, right? And then you just see like the lava pit and Yoshi's fists like sticking out of the lava, and it just says Yoshi will remember this.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any questions to get started? Some more comments on our Love It Like It Hate It segment. We've got Mech Shadow saying hype for Monster Boy. Totally agree with you. Roberto, meh to like it in terms of the direct. Loke has a question though. Do you guys agree that Fortnite is the greatest game ever made? Whew, that's hard to say with a straight face. No, I don't.
I think it's very impactful. I think it captivated an audience that was obviously there from games like H1Z1 and PUBG, but made it more accessible. I still don't like the building aspect.
That answer of yours was like so clean. You could put that in a documentary. But yeah, I mean, is it a pop culture phenomenon? Yeah. A social phenomenon, social culture, just a culture phenomenon. Yeah. Is it the greatest game ever made? No. No. Like what's great about it? It's accessible for kids. It's a new formula. It's fun. There's no reason I could say it's the greatest one though. Gadget Mike saying, did RGT talk about Marcus Seller's stupid rumor?
I did.
Which one's that? The 4K Switch?
Yeah.
I can't believe
I made
it.
a video.
Oh man.
I made a video on it. The thing of it was I was watching SummerSlam. I was bored because it sucked. And so I put on Twitter, I was like, y'all want me to make a video on this or not? And like all these people, like, yes. And I was like, all right, fuck it. Such a fucking stupid rumor. Early 2019, you're gonna get a Nintendo Switch that does 4 fucking K, that has double the RAM and 4 times the internal storage capacity, and then that will also segment third-party games in early 2019, roughly 2 years after this initial system is released.
Good luck with those 4K SD cards and those 200 gigabyte game files.
What's the game gonna go on? Like, you're gonna have to download every fucking game.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. All right, a lot of good questions coming in. RPG saying, yeah, Monster Boy wasn't a new announcement, right? But yeah, I'm hyped about it. Yeah, for sure. Mick Shadow, has 2018 been disappointing for Switch so far with only Smash? I guess I'll answer first. In some terms, yeah. Like I think 2017 was more exciting because there was more variety. But 2018, we're seeing a lot of ports. So yeah, for sure, if you've splurged across all platforms, it's a boring year. But if you've only dabbled in Nintendo stuff, or you don't, you haven't been on PC or too much into the multiplats, like there's a lot of diversity coming to Switch that wasn't there before. Like it's lighter on the first party, but way more heavier on the third party. So in terms of that, I would say it's not disappointing. There's enough there to keep you gaming every month. So in that case, I can't say after living the Wii U drought, I can't say it's disappointing.
No, it's just been different. I mean, there was a lot of bigger games. I think they're kind of relying on third-party stuff, games like Diablo 3, Dark Souls, NBA 2K, whatever else may be announced and come up. I mean, it seems like it's not a big deal for a third-party company to just be like, oh yeah, this is coming to the Switch in a couple weeks,
Especially if they're older games, yeah.
Yeah, so who knows? I mean, it's definitely been different though.
Right. Next, PKG says favorite beer style for Jay or Sean: Lager, Scout, Porter. Okay, clearly I don't know my beer types, but
Bud Light.
All right, you're in the same boat as me. I drink Coors Light. So whatever that is, I don't even know what
piss beer is what they call it.
It's not piss beer. Corona is piss beer. Next up, should ID Software revive Twisted Metal? I have no opinion on there.
That wasn't their property. Okay. Twisted Metal was a Sony first-party property, I believe.
Okay, let's phrase it in another context. Should Twisted Metal be revived?
Yes.
There you go. More games. Why not? I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, that was a Sony Interactive game.
Yeah, I remember playing that back on the PS1 days. It has potential, for sure. If Nintendo is going to from James, if Nintendo is going to release a new handheld in the future, what will it be? In my opinion, it will be the Nintendo HDS. Wow, you might have just found the name for it. I could see Nintendo doing that.
HDS?
The HDS, the 2-screen. HD.
High definition?
Yeah.
You're segmenting the Switch market, though. I don't know how I feel about that.
That's a good point.
I feel like it's time to just try the one thing out.
Put all your eggs in one basket?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's a market for dual screen, but I don't think it has an appeal like it used to. Like, I don't think it competes with the Switch. I think it's aimed at a younger demographic potentially, and you have maybe like cheaper, like a more entry-level console with an entry-level handheld with entry-level games. So you're spending maybe $30 for a new game, 30 to 40, and then the handheld is maybe 150 versus a Switch that's $400 here in Canada. Luke saying he played Monster Boy at Gamescom 2017. It was great, and I was also the first one ever to find a certain secret. Interesting.
Nice.
Emmy says, has the Smash community gone mad? People thought the furniture behind Sakurai in the Smash track was a sign that Skull Kid is coming. I've also seen, yes, Polygon thought Waluigi is coming as well, because there was a purple and a yellow chair behind Sakurai in that video.
People are going to speculate, you know. I mean, was it really yellow, though? It looked a bit green to me.
Yes. Has the Smash community gone mad? Yeah. Like, it's reached the level of being ridiculous. Like, it was... I feel that there's too much of a market. Like, too many people made money or got fame from their reaction or from reacting to Smash, that it then became cool. It became the thing to react to Smash. And now it's not even about playing the game or enjoying Smash. It's more about reacting to it. So, like, you could literally, like, reveal that a blade of grass is now a playable character, and people are going to lose their shit and, like, punch themselves in the face and just, like, cut off their arm and run around with it. It's absolutely disgusting. This is why, like, if I get Smash, I'm just going to pick it up. No one's going to know. I'm just going to play. I'm just going to enjoy it. And that's the end of it, you know? Do you do react videos to Smash? I don't think you do, but you better not.
No, I'll title it like reaction, as in I'm reacting to what was announced, but it's not like me crapping myself and throwing feces all over the room about it.
I see it. Sean reacts to Smash.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just me talking about the stuff.
Give me some time. I was impersonating here. Just kind of laid back, beer in hand, or Dr. Pepper. Imagine this Dr. Pepper, and just going, I like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. What else we got? Kat says, I wonder if Fortnite will reach the same popularity of Minecraft. I'm pretty sure it has. I think we're there.
I think it's bigger.
Yeah. One Up John, Nintendo should bring back the Game Boy somehow. Call it the Game Boy to No, dude, where are you? Get out of here with your Game Boy. Another time. Keep it in the past. Oja says, do you think we might see a classic console thing this holiday, like an N64 mini or a Game Boy Classic or something?
I really thought we would, but it seems like time is running out for that announcement. I think if they don't announce something by September, then no.
Absolutely agree with you. The window is closing. If it's not announced within the next 3 weeks, no. But a lot of potential for it. Like, the first party lineup isn't that strong. It would be a good time for Nintendo to remind people, like, hey, remember when we were fun in your childhood? Here's another classic console.
Yeah.
Rax the Great asks, do you think the Nintendo going after ROM site situation will raise the price of retro games, or is it all still Metal Jesus' fault? That's a question.
It's always Metal Jesus' fault. No. I think, I don't know. It's tough to say. It just depends on how many other sites, follow suit and things like that. That, get scared of essentially what Nintendo is doing, to the point of where they think they're going to get sued. If more and more, places start doing it, then you might see a little increase again, but who knows? It's tough to say.
Next question from RPG. Would you guys see any interest in the port of the new Super Mario Brothers Luigi U Deluxe? Nope. I don't. That can go away for another 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm all 2D Mario'd out for a decade. Otis asks, excluding Pokemon 2019, what other games do you expect to see from Nintendo next year? Ooh, that's a loaded question. Metroid Prime 4, that's my one and only answer.
Bayonetta.
Probably Donkey Kong with the return of King K. Rool. It's a good time to bring him back properly.
Well, not bad.
After the reaction the internet had about him, yeah, it's time to bring him back. Guys talking about the chairs. Get out of here. RPG asked, do we want Mario Baseball and Mario Golf titles? I certainly don't.
I like them.
There you go. accidentally. So I mean, Max saying, referring to Etika when he destroyed his furniture by accident, reacting to Smash. I remember when like Etika was new, genuine, and like, you know, his reaction was fun. And I actually looked up his reaction for King K. Rool. I'm a bit of a hypocrite there. And it was so underwhelming. Just like, oh, because he knew, right? There was a leak before. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he's like, oh, they actually did it. Like he wasn't even going crazy. I don't know. He's like growing out of it or something. He's all hyped out. One up John. Nintendo loves announcing things at the last minute, so a new classic console is definitely still possible this year, for sure. Oh, it just says, do you think that over the life of the Switch, in like 5 years, most of the games Nintendo made for Wii U will be ported to Switch? Probably. Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe.
One up John says, we need a CDI Classic Edition. One up John, no, we do not. We definitely do not need that. Nobody wants, it's like the Atari, whatever that came out with. Who wants that?
Right.
And Atari actually had decent games, but still, it's just keep it in the past. Ray asks, very important question, chicken strips or chicken wings? Chicken wings for me.
Strips.
Not a fan of the bone, eh?
Yeah, not really.
All right. One up, John. Knowing Nintendo, Metroid Prime Trilogy will be released on the 3DS. Now you know. Now you know how they think. You got
That'd be bad.
It'd be terrible. Gintoki asks, I was surprised Hat in Time was confirmed on the Switch, as we were. Most people lost hope from the tweet saying, never on the Switch. Absolutely. But see, never say never. That's the lesson to be learned here today.
Right.
Can we get an Ouya Mini? I completely forgot about the legendary Ouya. Don't you have an Ouya?
Yeah.
How's that working out for you?
I never play it.
Were you like a backer? How'd you get into that?
My old housemate got one as a gift, and I just kept it when I had to kick him out.
I remember that whole story. Drama in RGT's life. One up John. RGT dislikes bones and jelly. Confirmed. We're always learning something new about this guy. A few weeks ago, we learned that he sleeps with his new games. Now we learned he doesn't like jelly in it. He never had a PBJ sandwich. He's never had poutine. He doesn't go to the movies. Like, my God, man. I just want to do a video series called like Sean's Day Out, and we just take you and do like the most like standard American things that we can do that you haven't done yet.
Ugh, sounds terrible.
Sounds entertaining though.
You're not wrong.
All right, we're at the end of the show, so let's talk a bit about announcements. I've got quite a few. I'll start with me since I usually don't have any. But Class vs. Crass is in for quite a run in September, guys. I've been lining up guests, so we have a guest just about every weekend in September, and we're going to be talking with some really cool guys, some pretty big YouTubers. We've also got some people in the industry that have worked on some really cool animations for video games. I'm going to be announcing them the week before that they come out, just to not muddle the waters with all these announcements, but we've got a solid lineup coming in for September, and if it gets received very well, I kind of want to go forward that way, where we actually have more influential people from the industry joining us on Class vs. Crass. That said, it's not always going to be a guest. Sometimes it's good to just keep it to Sean and I, but more guests with more insights into the industry, I think, is always a cool thing to do. So expect more of that in September. And the show comes back to its regularly scheduled time on Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern time, starting next week. I think you're not out of town next week, right?
No, the week after.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And then I think the week after that.
Oh, please no. I'm scheduling people.
Yeah. I'm not. Let me pull up the calendar real quick. Okay. Never mind. I'll be here. Okay. Never mind. Right. So I'll be here the 26th and the 2nd, and then the 9th and 16th I won't be.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out offline. But if you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel. We're getting close to 1,000. We got to get over that 1,000 bump. And also, if you have an Instagram account, do follow Class vs. Crass. That also helps support the show, helps support the brand. And there's going to be new comics coming out there pretty often. Like, I'm going to be keeping that account quite active. And it helps support the artist, Kimmerson, who does a lot of the artwork for Class vs. Crass. So, yeah, you got Instagram account. Do follow the channel. More good stuff coming down the pipe. And not really any other content for me yet.
I have a Shenmue video I have to do at some point this week. I really don't know what's going on the channel, but that's just because I'm a bit sleepy. So I'll keep you updated on the social medias.
All right. Where can people follow you on the social medias?
RGT85. Just put it in your Facebook, your Twitters. I'm actually almost at 6,000 Facebook likes. So if you look up facebook.com/RGT85 and give that a like, that would be cool because I'd like to hit 6,000 on there.
All right. And also, if you do want to follow along with the community, we do have the Discord community of Class vs. Crass. The link's down below in the description. Go join us in there. There's always new announcements, giveaways, and just conversations of any new releases. So do hang out there. With all that said, we'll see you guys next week. Have a good week in gaming. Until then, keep it classy, or as Sean would say,
keep it crassy.
Have a good night, everyone.